Hi, welcome to my YouTube. I'm sitting outside of the movie theater and I'm about to go see Five Nights at Freddy's 2. And before I see that, I wanted to share some hopes that I have for that show up in the movie. And then I'll come back and see if those things came true. So let's go. Well, so we have my list here of things I want to see in the movie. So it'll be pretty brief, I think. I think on the top of everybody's wish list is that we're hoping Markiplier's going to show up in the movie. He wasn't the first one, and that everyone was kind of confused. So I think Mark has a good chance to be in the movie. Quincy, what do you think?
Maybe so.
Mm-hmm.
It would be legit
Quincy agrees.
if he was a robot.
Yeah, I agree too. That's a good point. Well, yeah, Markiplier. He wasn't in the first movie. I think he has a good chance of showing up in this one. I think maybe he'll be like a security guard, or maybe he'll be like an animatronic. That'd be really cool if he was in the movie as like a scary Markiplier animatronic. And I'll put a picture of what it'd probably look like right there.
You know what I'm saying, my man?
Okay, I don't know why you would say that right now. Right, okay. So, I think another thing that'd be really cool is Shadow Bonnie. Look at that. Shadow Bonnie. That's my favorite. Shadow Bonnie would be really cool to show up in the movie. Shadow Bonnie is like really scary, and I really like the character. And I think Shadow Bonnie has a good chance of showing up. It's one of the defining things of FNAF 2, I think. And yeah, I really hope that Shadow Bonnie like shows up and he's like, because Shadow Bonnie's like a dead spirit, and there's a lot of those in FNAF, and it's just really creepy. And it's like it makes FNAF for me. Okay, so this one is kind of like the opening of the movie. So let's run through this. It's like a new security guard is Markiplier. And he shows up and he says, "Oh, what's going on?" And so he's there. And then Toy Chica comes out. And, Toy Chica's really scary. And Toy Chica, and he goes, because, Markiplier's dog is named Chica. So he's going to be like, "Oh, Chica." And then Chica attacks him. And her beak goes in his forehead. And she loses her beak. And then she looks at the camera. And then it cuts. And then we see the Freddy vision from whenever you beat the night in like FNAF 2, where you're on the stage and you look around, and then you see the puppet's face come in the screen, and then it cuts. Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Think about that. Yeah, think about that. Okay, so I also have on here Balloon Boy. Balloon Boy needs to be a bastard, and preferably this goes for another one of my points I want is Dawko. Lewis Dawkins, I think, would be a great choice for Balloon Boy. And he needs his diligence. He hasn't been in the movie yet, besides the cameo, and he's just awesome, and he's so sweet, and I would really think it'd be awesome if he was like a character like the Balloon Boy, and he was stealing stuff. Dude, that would be so funny. What do you think?
Dawko's a nice guy, and he'd do anything for his community.
Yeah.
But I don't know why you gotta act like such a weakling, though.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but yeah, that's good idea. Another thing, I mean, the Wizards, dude, they look awesome. My favorite is Withered Chica, because she's freaky as hell. I hope Withered Foxy gets to do the jump scare. The one where he's like, like that. This part relates to like the end of the movie. So I don't know what's going on with this. They've beat Toy Chica or beat Toy Freddy or all the toys, and they go away. And then it's like, okay, we did it. And then they leave. And then the credits play. And then the song, I think this is probably going to happen. Been so long. That song's going to play at the credits because the Living Tombstone song played last time in the first movie. And we just got to keep it going. And then, everyone's jamming out. And then the song ends and the credits. And then what? The dark room? What's this? And then we see Springtrap. And he's freaking out. And it's like, oh my God, it's Springtrap. And he's freaking out. And he's there and he's like jostling it. And then it's like the FNAF 3 trailer. And then it cuts and it says Springtrap will return in Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Dude, the crowd would lose their minds. I'm just saying. Another thing about that is like, Springtrap, you know, FNAF 3, we're talking about that. I hope it's 30 years later, honestly. Have the little girl, the daughter or whatever her name is, she grows up and Josh Hutcherson is old. And he's got to, like, you know, be a grandpa. But she has to go to Fazbear Frights to stop Springtrap, bro. And free the children. And then, you know, it ends. Another thing, I hope that there's lots of cool kills. And I'm really excited to see Mangle, because Mangle is really cool. And, you know, Mangle's gonna be really, I feel like, really scary. You know, all the Wizards are gonna look great. Withered Chica's the scariest, so that'll be really fun to see. And,
hey, look. What is going on? What are those? What? Oh my God. What the world, dude?
Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, I just think, you know, the toys are not, you know, they're not really scary. Mangle's the scariest. But, you know, they're gonna be funny, I think. You know, you got MadPat and the other two. Well, it's time for me to go in. So, when I get back, I will let you know my thoughts. I'm gonna actually take my notebook and take notes. And so get ready for the after review of the movie. Yep. It's gonna be great. I can already tell. Yeah. What? That was awesome. It was really good from, like, wow, from being a fan. I'll go more into spoilers later, but it was really good. The ending was not the best for me, at least. I don't know how other people will feel about it, but the ending, it was kind of cheesy. I mean, whew, my list, some things might have come true. Yeah, puppetry was amazing. All the actors do a great job, and yeah, I mean, I'm gonna get into spoilers now, so yeah. Okay, there's a lot to talk about. Excuse me. Well, not all the things came true, which are a little disappointing. Actually, I'm just gonna talk about the toys. The toys were really good. Megan Fox's voice acting, I was expecting. She did a great job, unlike Mortal Kombat 1, which was very nice. Kellen's voice for Toy Freddy, I was not expecting that. It was very sinister and dark. It's very funny that Toy Freddy has that kind of voice. Toy Bonnie, Matthew Patrick. It didn't sound like Matthew Patrick. That was amazing. What did you think?
That sounded like a twink.
I thought so too. I didn't even know it was it. I didn't even know it was it. Now I want to talk about getting into more heavy spoilers. Markiplier was not in the movie, which really sucks, but he'll probably be in FNAF 3 because everybody knows FNAF 3 is Mark's favorite. And you're a fake fan if you don't. Toy Chica did lose her beak in a very comical scene. I was hoping she would lose it, like, aggressively, because, you know, she has that one voice line where she's like, "Where's my beak?" Lodged in your forehead, of course, and I was hoping for that. Another thing that I didn't really like, there was almost zero kills. There was like 2, just not very good on that end. I would really have liked for the toys to do something besides, you know, Mangle, putting in the work. Withered Foxy, the way they handled the Withers was not my favorite. The Withers are like my apps, like, they're awesome, and I don't like them just kind of being accessories and not, you know, the real deal. Balloon Boy was a SOB in that, which was very nice. He did a great job, and it was very nice that he got his comeuppance after all these years, which was very fun. Lewis Dawkins, I did see him in the movie, which was really cool. I saw some other FNAF YouTubers in the background as well, which is really nice. It's weird that we didn't get much into Fast Fest, which was weird, but I guess maybe that's something they're saving for the next movie. Okay, now that I've had a chance to sit with my thoughts, huge fan of. I guess I'll get used to like the puppet possession thing. It's a unique angle for that character. Also, having the puppet be more aggressive doesn't really make sense because she's also, you know, she says the others are like animals, but she's very aware, you know, which is fine. Okay, some of my favorite things. Shadow Bonnie. Blink and you'll miss it. He was in there, which was very nice. That was I pumped my fist a little bit. I have a major fist pumping moment. Don't you spoil it. That happened. But I'm going to say that. After this cut, I'm going to start talking about spoilers. So, like real spoilers. So, yeah. Yep. Okay, here's the big spoilers are happening right now. So, click off. Okay. Do you want to say it?
No.
I can say it. That's fine. Yeah, I can say it. Circus Baby. Circus Baby. Circus Baby was in the fucking movie? What? Oh my gosh, she looked great. She wasn't very big. I mean, it was just a weird shot of her, but she wasn't very big, but that's awesome. I didn't think we were going to go beyond FNAF 3 for these things. I hope we get to see more, maybe some the Nightmare animatronics. Those are really cool. But Circus Baby, what? But Circus Baby was just like in the middle of the movie and like wasn't even saved for the post-credit scene, which we'll talk about. I mean, it's really cool to see Circus Baby, and maybe Circus Baby will be in the next movie, I think, based on just like the story that happened. And I'm going to talk about the coolest part. Okay, so in my mind's eye, I had already kind of like written out what I wanted to happen for the third movie, and I especially like a certain thing that happens in the post-credit scene of this movie, and let's just say, like, literally everything I thought about kind of came true. Okay, because the really cool thing is that at the beginning of the movie, William Afton, he's like, you know, he's doing this Matthew Lillard shit, and he's like, stay for the end of the show. And everyone's like, okay. And like, nobody did when in my theater. They left. A lot of people left. And I was like, what do you guys do? But I did. And it was really cool because, okay, they go, some like hooligans, because it's like Freddy Fazbear in the movie. Like, people are starting to like, oh yeah, this is crazy murder thing. Hooligans break into the first location. It's like, we got to get this stuff for the haunted house. We got to get this stuff for the haunted house. And they start grabbing stuff. And then there's some guy's like, hey, back here. And he comes back. It's peak. He says, this is what I thought. I was like, this is one of my favorite lines in all Five Nights at Freddy's. We found one. A real one. A real one. A real one. And they said it. And guess who you know who the real one is. I even got to say it. Everybody knows he's a real one. And they don't show him for a while. They do not show him for a little bit. And I was like, oh, they're probably not going to show him. But I think they haven't finalized the design yet, because they put like a plastic bag over him. It's like, let's get this guy out of here and put him in the haunted house. And through the tarp, you get to see it. Springtrap. That was cool, right? That was awesome. I mean, that's my guy.
That's my guy.
Level size Shadow Bonnie, that's my guy. You know, I was talking about that the entire time. And he has like a Sans Undertale eye. Oh, fuck.
Did you say F?
I mean,
coolest thing I've seen in a while.
And it was awesome. And it's been so long in the credits, which I was very, very happy about. It was great to hear that song. I love that song. And if you stay till the after credits, this part was like, oh shit. That part, it was like, so in like FNAF 6, when Henry and Emily's doing like that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He did that part. He did that part, like the voice recordings he left from Michael, or not Michael, because yeah, there's a new guy. I'll talk about that. Hold on. It was like, okay, so there's a new Michael. There's a Michael Afton now, and not Mike Schmidt. It's kind of dumb. Scott Cawthon wrote the movie, and I think he did a really good job with a lot of things, but just like, it's way too soap opera-y for me. Like a hidden brother, like Secret Brothers and stuff. Cut that, you know. Yeah, there's like Michael Afton now, which I think would be really cool. I'm calling it here. It's not like the original Michael Afton is dead, and it's Innard that's in that Michael Afton. Calling it here. It better happen. I really hope they do the Crying Child. They adapt that, because that is kind of the motivation for William. But you know, it's whatever. This is like its own universe, so I can kind of get behind that. I do want to talk about William Afton, because I am such a huge fan. Scott actually got to do like some of the character things for him that he hasn't really gotten to do in the games. It's actually really nice to kind of get like the confirmation of like William Afton was a piece of shit dad, but we already kind of already knew that, you know. Matthew Lillard is gonna kill it as Springtrap, and God, I'm so excited. Oh, I love Springtrap. Oh, I love Springtrap. I sure do. Oh, I saw Candy the cat from Five Nights at Candy's was in there. That was really cool. I'm trying to think of the Easter eggs. Shadow Bonnie, which was awesome. I thought Shadow Bonnie would be really cool if it appeared in the like dream sequence that Vanessa had about William Afton, like as his, you know, his evil reflection. I think that would have been really cool. But that did not happen. I mean, I can't get over it. In this Springtrap, and he had the Sans Undertale eye. That shit was legendary. I'm really looking forward to FNAF 3. Wizards didn't get enough, and I think I like the idea of the Wizards being where the children's spirits originally lied in, and they're just kind of thrown aside and used as props, essentially, which really sucks. Also, this is kind of just like a nitpicky thing, but they probably couldn't do it for time. Is like, I really wanted to hear Toy Bonnie and Freddy talk a lot more. Toy Bonnie probably only had like 4 lines. But I'm glad for Matt Pat that he got to be in that. Dawko's next, bro. I know I saw him he was in the movie, but he's gonna play a new, complete character. I don't like the whole Michael Afton thing. It's weird. If they'll redeem themselves if it's Innard that's inside Michael Afton, that'll be peak. Because I love Innard. Because there's a little bit of me inside everybody. I'm signing off. I'm glad I got to say a few things. We got to say a few things. You have anything else to say?
Toy Chica was looking fine.
I like that part too.
You know, I just love everybody involved. And I'm glad that this film got made.
Really?
And I love you.
Okay, well, we're see you in the next one, I guess. See you when FNAF 3 comes out. Or maybe I'll keep doing more of these. I don't know. Thanks for watching. And, see ya. That's about it.